Welcome back once again. In this part, we will complete our Firebase registration. So go to this registration activity. And now we need to add our edit text. So private edit text, and first one is going to be for our email. Private edit text is going to be password. Private text view, and we can call it sign in. Private button is going to be btn registration. Now we need to cast all this field, so we can call it email is equal to find view by id r.id. Email registration. Pass is equal to find view by id r.id. Password registration, and button registration is equal to find view by id r.id. Is going to be button registration, and sign in is equal to find view by id r.id. Is going to be sign in text. And we need to add semicolon. Now we need to add a set on click listener for our button registration and sign in. So sign in dot set on click listener, new on click listener, and start activity. Just add intent, new intent, get application context, and it's going to be main activity dot class, that is our login activity. And we need another set on click listener for our button registration. So button registration dot set on click listener, new on click listener. And add a string variable. String memail is equal to our this email dot get text dot to string dot trim. String password dot get text dot to string dot trim. And we need to add if condition. So if text utils dot isempty email, then we need to show a message that this field is required, so we can call it email dot set error, and we can call it required field. We can call it required field and return this. And if text utils dot isempty is going to be pass, and we can call it pass dot, no, we need to add set error. So pass dot set error, and we can call it required field. So you can call it required field and return. So our all condition done. Now we need to create an object of our Firebase auth. So private Firebase auth is going to be mauth. Now this mauth is equal to Firebase auth dot get instance Now this amount dot create user. Now this amount dot create user with email and password, and we need to add our email and our password. So email and password dot add on complete listener dot add on complete listener is going to be new on complete listener. Now we need to add a condition. So if task dot is successful, that means if our registration is successfully complete, we need to show a message and we will redirect to our home activity. So we can pass a toast dot make text get application context, and we can call it successful, and toast dot landshot dot show, and else toast dot make test get application context and failed, then we will show failed message. Now we need to create another activity. After complete registration, we will directly redirect to our home activity. So we need to create our home activity, and before that first we need to add a progress dialog. So private progress dialog is going to be mdialog, and we can call it mdialog is equal to new progress dialog, and this. Now we need to set a message for our progress dialog. Inside our set on click listener button registration set on click listener, we need to add a message. So mdialog dot set message, and we can call it processing and mdialog dot show. And after complete our registration, we need to dismiss our progress dialog. So we need to call it if registration complete, then mdialog dot dismiss, and else if registration is failed, then we also need to dismiss our progress dialog. So we can call it mdialog dot dismiss. And we need to create another new activity, gallery empty activity, and we can call it home activity, and finish. Now we need to add intent. So start activity new intent get application context, and this one is going to be home activity dot class. So we successfully completed our registration activity, all this functionality for our registration. So we added Firebase auth, we added our progress dialog, we added our toast message, and we added our Firebase auth. So all this functionality done, and in our next part we will complete our login activity. So that's it.